So you'd like to fall out of handstand safely and confidently. This video is for you if you're past the point of falling in what I think of as the safe zone, where you know you're coming back to where you started, right back down to the ground. No, you're past that point because you have now gotten some control in your handstand. You've experienced what it's like to get hang time and be up there, but for whatever reason, you're not totally confident about falling out. Maybe you've heard that cartwheeling out is a really effective way out, and either that's not working for you, or despite cartwheeling, you're still feeling a little bit unsafe. I've got just the tutorial for you. I'm going to show you first what our fall is going to look like, and then we'll laser in and break it down step by step. By the way, I'm Leigha from Leigha Butler Yoga, an online portal for those who want to stay strong and supple for life. All right, so the way we're going to fall out has everything to do with your arms, because we're going to be thinking about moving an arm first, rather than thinking of a cartwheel, which we think of as primarily like a leg motion. I think this kind of gets left out pretty often. So if you notice, just a quick background, if you're someone who liked to play around with walking on your hands when you were a little kid, chances are that you have that muscle memory and you're going to be less fearful once you go to fall, because you know that your arms have the ability to catch that forward momentum. But if that wasn't you, that's okay. We're going to build this very specific strength, okay? It's the strength of moving an arm before you do anything else. So we'll start in what I think of as the human wheelbarrow pose. So if you had a friend, they could grab you by the ankles, you're kind of in plank, and you're walking on your hands. If you don't have a friend nearby, that's totally cool too. I pop my feet onto some kind of surface like a blanket, and you can walk yourself in planks. I'd consider that a stage 1. Once you've mastered that, it's time to hop up to the wall. And one way to do this is to get about a leg's distance away from the wall, plant your hands there, and you'll walk your feet up only to about 45 degrees and whatever is comfortable. And it's totally okay to keep your knees bent for this, because we're just starting to practice loading up our shoulders. Once you're in position, you're going to play with taking one hand forward and then one hand back. It's not easy. And then you can do the other hand forward and the other hand back. Once you do that a handful of times, you're probably going to get fatigued. Come on down, stretch your wrists, stretch your legs, let your heart rate recover, and then see if you've got a little more juice to do it a few more times that way. Next, we're going to hop up to the wall the traditional way. You're going to kick up to the handstand as you normally do, with one exception, one difference, and that is you want to be about a forearm's distance away. You actually want to give yourself about a foot of space between your hands and the wall. And you get to do this with what they call the banana back, like that poorly aligned back bend if you want to. And you're going to need to in order to get your legs up to the wall. Now, this is much easier if you split your legs open wide and you've given yourself enough room from the wall, so you're going to practice just as we did before, one hand forward, one hand back. Allow your hips to shift left and right to make this easier. Practice it a handful of times. Don't go to complete max, as you don't want to strain anything. Come down, rest, stretch what you need to, let the heart slow, and then come back up and see if you've got any more juice to try again a few times. All right. Number 3, for this one, a lot of us know that doing a handstand with your nose to the wall is a great way to get a vertical handstand, and that's true. But when you're first training handstand, at least I know for myself, I had a lot of fear of the wall, facing nose to wall, and that was because the fall out just seemed totally awkward. And so I want to try to help you dispel that awkward feeling. Same as before, if you're about a leg's distance away, you'll place your feet up on the wall and then walk your hands in. That alone, by the way, is a lot of training for the shoulders. Once you're in snugly close, you're going to intentionally come right out. And the way you'll do it is you'll take one hand forward, whichever is your intuitive side is perfectly good. One hand forward, and then the same leg is going to come down. You can hike it down fast or you can float it down slowly, whatever is working for you. But this is the beginning of that cartwheel by introducing the leg. So again, hand forward, same leg comes all the way down. Notice too that there's a little bit of sideways motion, or I think of it as a twist. So hand comes down, you twist your chest in the same direction as the hand, and then that same leg comes down. And basically you've completed your cartwheel. So if you've come that far, then you are ready to start cartwheeling on purpose and start using that hand motion on purpose. So see what it's like. You can practice it at first not to maximum height, and then once you get the confidence, you can come all the way upside down, practice your vertical handstand, and if you lose it, that's your moment again to practice that skill of one hand forward, a little twist in the body, and the same leg comes forward. Right? If it's too scary on a hard surface, you've probably heard before, do it in the grass, do it on the sand, do it in all sorts of surfaces that will be a nice fluffy and soft landing for you, because that will speed up your handstand progress, I promise. As always, take good care of your wrists and hands afterwards, and I'd love to hear how falling out is coming for you. Where are you stuck? Did you try this? Was there any success? I'd love to know. And again, you can visit me at leihbutleryoga.com. And by the way, I have a 14-day handstand journey. It takes you through 14 20-minute flows designed to get you more hang time on your hands. So you can check it out. I'll link it in the description below. If this was helpful to you, please do hit that subscribe button and stay in touch.